Hey, what's all this? Today we're going to be doing some shmups, we're going to be doing some dungeon crawlers, and some train, well, at least one train game, if I have my way. Right now I am playing Barrage Fantasia. This is a recently released shoot 'em up, literally released today, I believe. So, I'll be honest, I have played about one level of this game right before I started this stream. It seems pretty promising. I like the art style, and there are a lot of different characters that you can pick to change the way that you approach the game, from what I've seen anyway. So we're just gonna do basically a blind run of this game. See how far we get. If we die, well, that'll just be a good opportunity to start from the beginning and try something new. See the kind of breadth that this game offers. There may or may not be some people joining later, but regardless, let's hang out, have a good time. Sound off if you're in the chat. Let me know how the sound is. You know, that's always tricky. Hopefully the sound is coming through okay on your end, and I am not being drowned out too much. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn down the music just a little bit. Just to make sure that we're not getting too much feedback there. As you can see, this game is pretty standard. Vertical style shooter. There's a shot button, there's a slow button. You can hold them together to get a more powerful shot, a slowed shot. And then there's a special attack, a bomb move, that you can actually use pretty often. Looks like you got like about 5 health, or life, which replace your lives, so that's a pretty generous amount, and your hitbox is pretty small. As you can see, it's always kind of omnipresent. Again, you got kind of some stuff that's going to be familiar. You got bonuses for grazing enemy bullets, so basically having it touch everything except the actual hitbox, and for also destroying different parts of the enemy. See, right here, none of that actually touched me. So it's pretty generous. Your hitbox is even smaller than that green circle might lead you to believe. We're gonna... And using the bomb, you can use the bombs pretty generously. Let's see if we can take down this arm here. We're gonna try to go for that bonus. May not happen. There you go. Here we go. Just made it right in time. Oh! Okay, only got 1 health. Gotta be pretty clean about this. Don't know if we can make it. I should use these a lot more now that I destroyed both arms. Kind of hesitating to use the bombs a little bit, but they change all the bullets into hearts, so that's also a good incentive to use it. Not that I'm like going for a scoring run or anything. I'm not particularly good at these. I think Jamestown might be the only game that I have any decent experience in doing scoring runs. I think the original Scoregasm by Charlie's Games. That one was pretty fun. I got pretty into that one. Garox and Riva Ribbit? I don't know how to say people's names, but welcome back to the stream. Definitely seen some of you around before. So just let me know how the sound is, and let me know how you're doing. And also, let me know what kind of stuff you would like to see in these. Like, I kind of have, like, I'm, like, very omnivorous when it comes to games. Like, I kind of try to play everything. I don't really do strategy games a lot, unless they have, like, a very particular aesthetic interest to me. Just because they take up a lot of time to learn. They're not something you can kind of just jump into. And that's, like, a little bit hard to cover rapidly. Let's see, what kind of enemies Shot tracks the bullets, resistant to orange bullets. Okay, shot tracks enemy. I like that. Attack while destroying all the bullets. Makes big giant bomb. Strengthen bullets. It's like a dodge move. Let's do strengthen bullets hyper. Advance. Level 3 plus barrier was 15 seconds. Life 5 plus barrier. Start with 2 stocks. Strong shot. Let's go just normal for now. Oops, shit. Okay, let's see what her special is. Okay, so it's like a hyper mode. It's like a Dodonpachi style attack power up. Oh, I like these. I like the trajectories of these homing shots. They're really good. Let's see if we can blow up this crab's tiny little arms. It said resistant to orange bullets. I have no idea what that means. I see the orange bullets and I know you can destroy them, but I don't know what resistance exactly is supposed to be communicating to me in terms of this bat. Oh, I see. So the homing shots won't come out if I'm using a charge beam. I don't think so anyway. Yeah. I really should use this more often. I mean, it doesn't cost me anything. Oh, it charges up the beams too for the homing beams. That's pretty good. We might try the evasion one after this. This is by, I think, Hanaji, well, published by Hanaji Games, who have also published Steel Rondo, Mecha Blitz Steel Rondo, and Desitopia from another developer that I really like. Desitopia, I think, is probably one of the best shooters in recent memory, and definitely like one of the best on the Switch. Not a lot of people talk about it though. I'm not going to talk too much about it because obviously I'm looking at a different game here. But yeah, I mean, Hanaji's put out some good games. Sorry, apologies if I'm misremembering that, but yeah, they put some interesting stuff out. And definitely seeing that they put this out, even if it's not by the same author, like, got me immediately interested. And you know what? So far, I'm enjoying this. It seems like they really do know how to pick them. And it's fun just to have a, like, there's a lot of influences from other stuff that you can just immediately tell, but it also does not feel like a game that's doing like a complete, whatchamacallit, like that is just kind of completely riffing on like established stuff. Like there's a lot of Dodonpachi style cave quantity shooters, like I get like I mean, I guess like Danmaku Unlimited, but I feel like that even that's doing a little bit more of its own aesthetic. But stuff like Ghostblade, where it's just like, oh yeah, you made Dodonpachi. There's a kind of like, you know, it's that game. And there's like not much more to it besides that. I don't know. This at least feels like very stylistically different and like has a couple different approaches as opposed to just don't get hit. Was that my barrier? So, when do I get a barrier? Shoot. You seem to get extends a lot. So even when you activate just the hyper mode, it'll change some of these bullets. Cool. This game's getting real fast. Okay. Sweet. We got that bonus for breaking those parts. Oh, give me a second here. Alright, just let's take care of something. Oops. Picking these trees. I just love the spooky faced, like, ghost face trees. I always love those. Very jack-o'-lantern looking vibe. I don't know what the origin of those faces are. You know? They come from somewhere. Like, they're on jack-o'-lanterns. They're on, like, the spooky trees. What is the origin of the spooky face? The spooky Halloween face. I jam into Google. And hope that it understands. What is the origin of Cool S? What's the Cool S lore? I want to know. Does anybody know? I need like Vice or somebody to do an investigative report about how like the Cool S came to be. Like This American Life on why it's called 420. I just need to know This American Life we explore the Cool S. Why kids can't stop drawing it and where it came from. Be pretty aggressive with these. You kind of get a lot out of tight maneuvering, even though like the maneuvering's pretty forgiving, all things considered. Especially since the bullets, at least at this stage, are like so slow. So it's fun to pop your special when like there are so many bullets on screen. Yes. Got him. Okay. I guess like I've been wanting to play a lot more games, and this is kind of like my excuse to play them. So I've been trying to keep up with the stream more often on Thursdays, even though it kind of sometimes feels like I should be doing something else. But I think it's a cool way to show off some games, and hopefully the footage is good enough during most of these that they can be used on the YouTube channel. At least that's my hope. Aside from that, I've been like, I don't know, trying to watch some movies. I watched Saw 1 and 2, and I got to Saw 3. Like, 2 was so much better than 1 that I was kind of excited to watch 3 and see what the follow-up story was, and then it seemed kind of wretched. It's like just immediately so much grosser and crueler, and I just didn't. The motivations were kind of muddy. I'm gonna go back to it, but we'll see. Otherwise, I've been watching the fucking Snyder cut in parts. It seems fine. The 4-3 thing is like disappears into the background about an hour in, which sounds like a long time, but considering it's 4 hours long. See, it's so weird because like, since they're doing all these origins, like this is definitely better paced than the original cut that I saw. It's clearly very Zack Snyder, like the opening parts were just like, I felt like I fucking was watching Sucker Punch again, which is not flattering, but because there was I was like 20 back-to-back music video trailers for different superhero movies, it felt like. Once they get to like Cyborg and stuff, it kind of settles into like a cool groove. And like some of the fight scenes are readable in a way that like a lot of superhero fight scenes have not been in recent memory. So that's cool. Snyder being the 300 person is very much using Wonder Woman being in the film to do a lot of the same stylistic stuff, but also just like his signature like speed ramping shit really takes like every of the like set piece Barry Allen Flash super slow thing, like it just does not hit the same way when you've been like doing super slow motion moves since the first time any superhero has shown up in that film. This doesn't work. Also, it's just like the Batman v Superman thing hangs over his head so much. Like, just don't fucking buy Batman being like, I did the wrong thing, so now I have to make it up. It's just like, I don't know. It seems weak. It seems like a film that would have been better before that or something. I don't know. I think so far I watched like 3 out of the 4 hours or whatever. And they're still like doing how people are dealing with the grief of their grief of Superman dying, and it's like 3 hours into the movie, and it's like, this should have been like first 30 minutes shit, you know? Like it's generally so well paced that like stuff like that, well, not so well paced, but well paced enough that like stuff like that really is like, come on. Also I don't feel like it does as much with the chapter stuff as it should. Alright, let's give this one more run. And then flower. I don't know what that means, but it seems cool. Advance. Life 3 with barrier for 15 seconds. What's barrier? Pick recovery of life. Start with 3 straw. Safety. Let's start with safety. Okay, so this is just like a little invincibility. And I could charge this up and just like send like a barrage of familiars to them, seems like. I really picked like a super defensive move at this point. So I can just kind of dash through them. Okay, I can pick up these orange bullets with it. I think I can pick up normal bullets with it. I can definitely... Okay, I can delete some pink bullets and stuff. I don't feel like I can do as much damage with this defensive mode, for sure. Doesn't seem like a lot of opportunity to get big scores through dodging through bullets or whatever. Pretty impressive. It reminds me a little bit of... Some of this reminds me a little bit of Giggling that I played recently, because it was on that Capcom Arcade collection, which has like a similar like big counter mechanic where you can like counter a ton of bullets and then chain them into metals. It's pretty cool. I definitely would have covered that, but I feel like there were other people doing it better, so I didn't feel like I really needed to. I like doing smaller stuff, and like a huge Capcom release is not like exactly like something that somebody like me needs to take care of. Like, it'll get its due. Okay, so far so good. How big can I charge this? That big? Shit. Okay. Okay, so I can't get those. Can't get these circles. I don't know if this is like a... I don't know if that like converts them to anything, or it's just kind of like a neutralizer. Yeah, I'm really missing my enhanced firepower at this point. Did that delete the bullets or not? What if that counts as grazing? Alright, all great. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, you know, that's enough of that. Let's move on.